In the distant worlds of myth and memory, there exists a relic said to hold the essence of creation: power, wisdom, courage, the three virtues of the Triforce. When united, they shape destiny itself. When divided, they find their way to those who reflect their strength. But what happens when the characters of Hyperdimension Neptunia cross paths with the forces of Hyrule? Which girl would bear the strength of power, the insight of wisdom, or the unbreakable courage that binds them all? From Hyperdimension to Heart's Dimension, these girls are more than just CPUs and friends. They're heroes in their own right. Neptune, CPU of Planeptune, pudding enthusiast, and professional fourth-wall demolisher. At first glance, she's more likely to win a comedy contest than a battle for the face of the world. But look closer and you'll see it. The strength to keep smiling, the resolve to protect her friends, the courage to stand up no matter how many times she falls. The Triforce of Courage isn't about being fearless, it's about choosing to move forward anyway. Neptune may goof off, she may space out, but when it really counts, when the world needs a hero, she's always the one to step up. In every joke, every leap, every last-ditch save, Neptune shows us what it means to be truly brave. Noir, the CPU of Last Station. Strong, determined, perpetually stressed. She's the definition of high standards and higher expectations, mostly for herself. The Triforce of Power represents strength, not just physical, but the force of will, and Noir's will, unshakable. She fights for her nation, her people, and her ideals. No shortcuts, no compromises, just pure determination. She may struggle with emotions, and maybe friendship manuals, but her loyalty is unwavering, and her strength inspires those around her. Noir doesn't just wield power, she earns it. Every day, through effort, resilience, and the quiet pride of someone who never backs down. Blonde, the CPU of Low E. Writer, thinker, observer, and a bit volatile. Blonde walks the line between two virtues, wisdom and power. One sharpens her mind, the other fuels her fury. The Triforce of Wisdom shines in her intellect, her hunger for knowledge, her love of writing, her uncanny ability to see through complex problems. But when words aren't enough, that's when power rises. Not reckless power, but righteous, focused strength born of passion and fierce loyalty. Blonde isn't calm because she's weak, she's calm because she's choosing not to unleash her storm, until she has to. Two forces reside in Blonde, the insights to know what must be done and the power to do it. Vert, the CPU of Leanbox, poised, intelligent, and dangerously competitive in MMOs. Mostly poised. The Triforce of Wisdom isn't just about logic, it's about insight, understanding people, situations, and the balance between thought and action. Vert possesses a rare mix of elegance and depth. She reads the room, the world, and the future, and when she speaks, it's with conviction born of experience. Even her vanity masks a deeper truth. She's always watching, always thinking, and always planning 3 steps ahead. With elegance, empathy, and a mind sharper than any blade, Vert wears the Triforce of Wisdom like a crown she's long since earned. Nepgear, CPU candidate of Planeptune. Inventor, idealist, and the one everyone quietly depends on. She might not seek the spotlight, but her light shines all the same. True wisdom isn't just knowledge, it's discernment, the ability to think clearly in chaos, and to listen when others won't. Nepgear is smart, yes, but her greatest strength is how she uses that intelligence, not to boast, but to uplift, to support, to solve problems with heart as much as mind. She doubts herself sometimes, she's afraid to fail, but even in those moments, she still moves forward, and that's what makes her wise beyond her years. With insight, empathy, and a drive to understand the world around her, Nepgear embodies the true essence of wisdom. Uni, CPU candidates of Last Station. Tactical, skilled, and always pushing herself to be stronger. She's always chasing something, a goal, an ideal, a standard set by those she admires. Courage isn't always about boldness. Sometimes it's about persistence, about facing every doubt and insecurity with determination. Uni wants to be seen, to be respected, and that longing can hurt, but she never lets it stop her. She carries her courage like a shield. It might crack, but it never breaks, because Uni knows one thing for sure. She's not just someone's little sister, she's a protector, a fighter, a candidate with the heart of a hero. Rom, the younger of Loe's twin CPU candidates, quiet, soft-spoken, often overshadowed. At first glance, Rom seems fragile, someone who needs protection, but courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, "I'll try again tomorrow." She's scared sometimes, she hesitates, but every time she's knocked down, she gets back up, because her heart is stronger than anyone realizes. Rom's courage is quiet, but it's real, the kind that grows slowly, day by day, until one day, it stands tall on its own. She may not shout, she may not charge in head first, but in every step forward, Rom carries the Triforce of courage. Ram, the elder twin of Loe's CPU candidates, bold, loud, always moving. She's the first to leap, the first to shout, and the first to challenge the world head-on. Ram's courage is unmistakable, unfiltered. It charges forward, whether or not she has a plan. She's not afraid of anything, except maybe being ignored. And under that loud personality is a girl who wants to be strong, so she can protect what matters. She stumbles, she overreaches, but she never backs down. Because being courageous doesn't mean never being scared. It means facing fear with fire in your heart. With a spark in her step and love for her sister lighting the way, Ram shows us that courage can be loud, messy, and absolutely unstoppable. Plutia, the CPU of Ultra Dimension Planet Neptune. Soft-spoken, sleepy, always drifting just a little out of focus. But behind those lazy eyes lies a heart full of quiet strength. Plutia's courage isn't loud or flashy, it's patient, steady, the kind that doesn't run from danger, even if she'd rather nap through it. She doesn't raise her voice, she doesn't boast, but when it matters, Plutia acts, and that makes her brave in a way few notice, until it's too late. But when the mask comes off, when she becomes Iris Heart, that quiet courage turns into something terrifying, something overwhelming. In HDD, Plutia embodies the Triforce of power, raw, merciless, commanding. She doesn't ask for control, she takes it. This is the other side of power, when compassion is gone and dominance rules. Beautiful, terrifying, absolute. In one form, she's courage wrapped in kindness. In the other, she's power with a smile. Plutia walks the line between them, effortlessly. Pishi, adorable, unpredictable, surprisingly violent when snacks are involved. She may look like a bundle of chaos, but inside, she holds the unshakable spirit of a hero. Pishi's courage isn't quiet, it's full speed, no brakes, straight from the heart's boldness. She doesn't overthink, she doesn't hesitate. When someone she cares about is in trouble, she runs in first and asks questions later. And even when she fails, she gets right back up. That's the kind of courage that makes Pishi shine. But when she transforms, when she becomes Yellowheart, that innocent bravery becomes pure force. Yellowheart embodies the Triforce of power, not just strength, but the overwhelming presence that turns the tide of war. She doesn't just fight, she dominates. Two forms, two forces, one heart full of love and fire. Pishi is courage at its purest and power at its peak. IF, adventurer, tactician, straight man to Neptune's chaos, and proud of it. While others jump in head first, IF pauses, thinks, calculates, and acts with precision. The Triforce of Wisdom is about clarity, foresight, the ability to read a situation and respond before things fall apart. She's not loud, she doesn't brag, but when it's time to lead, everyone follows her instincts. She's practical, grounded, the anchor in a team full of unpredictability, and that's exactly why her wisdom matters. Her strength isn't in brute force or flashy spells, it's in knowing where to go, who to trust, and what the right path looks like, even when it's hard. Kampa, nurse, best friend, a healing hand in a world that's constantly breaking. She doesn't carry a sword, she doesn't summon storms, but Kampa shows her strength in every act of care. The Triforce of Courage isn't only for warriors, it belongs to those who choose compassion in the face of cruelty, who run toward pain to help others through it. She's not fearless, she's not invincible, but she never turns away when someone is in need. That's courage, the quiet, unshakable kind, the kind that doesn't need glory, just the will to help, no matter what. In every stitch, every smile, every small act of healing, combo proves that kindness is a kind of bravery all its own. Uzume Teneboshi, the Crimson Soul, the last light of a dying world, in a place where hope faded. She refused to fall. The Triforce of Power belongs to those who reshape fate through force of will, to those who carry entire worlds on their back and keep standing. Uzume is raw strength, yes, but her power is born of love, of duty, of a promise to protect, no matter the cost. She fought alone for so long, and even when friends arrived, she was ready to sacrifice herself for them. She's not just strong, she embodies strength. Uzume doesn't just hold the Triforce of Power, she is its very heartbeat. Power, wisdom, courage, the forces that shape heroes. And the souls of goddesses. In game industry, strength takes many forms. Some wield it with megaphones, others with knowledge, healing hands, or unwavering hearts. And even in duality, when softness hides fury or innocence holds unstoppable power, the Triforce finds its place. They may come from different nations, different dimensions, but each of them is a legend in her own right. And so, the legacy of Hyrule meets the heart of game industry. The courage to stand, the wisdom to guide, the power to protect, all shining within the goddesses we've come to love.